got switched to a dump truck. We're just pulling out of the yard, but we still have to go by the office, so it's going to be late.
Pursue a tax settlement, you need to call the tax attorneys. Abraham and Rose. Growing number of Americans have trouble paying their taxes, getting out of IRS debt. Jerry and Maurice can help you with that. They're the experts. They're attorneys. And Jerry used to work for the IRS. They'll formulate a plan, and they'll get between you and the IRS and fight for you. Look, I know it sounds nuts that in a pandemic, it's the best time to get a settlement, but that's the advice being given from Abraham and Rose. Call the number. See if they can help you with your situation. 248-539-5040. That's 248-539-5040. Or simply go to abrahamandrose.com.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by St. Joseph Mercy. Car fire cleanup continues on the Southfield Freeway southbound after Oakwood Boulevard. The two right lanes are blocked with the backup from Michigan Avenue. The deck-go route you can trust is Telegraph. 696 westbound entrance ramp from northbound Mound is still blocked by an earlier accident. Drivers are being detoured. And there's that large junkyard fire, 94 at East Grand Boulevard. Still lots of smoke in the area. Traffic is slow on 94 eastbound from 96 to Mount Elliott. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
This is Lila Lazarus. When an emergency happens, don't wait till it's too late to get the care you need. St. Joe's emergency rooms are safe and open, with stringent measures to make sure you get the care you need in a safe environment. Don't delay care. Visit the ER when needed.
Simply real estate donations.
Big names are headlining UFC 262, and DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC, has a heavyweight offer for this weekend's fight with 100-to-1 odds. Just pick the main event fighter you think will win, and DraftKings Sportsbook will give you 100-to-1 odds on that fighter. That's right, bet $1 on select fighters, and if they win, you win $100. There's no better way to put your MMA knowledge to the test than to put your money where your mouth is with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 971THETICKET when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 when you bet on a main card fighter to win. That's code 971THETICKET for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline at 800-270-7117. 21 and over. Michigan only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full terms and conditions.
While we've been staying safe at home, scientists have been on a journey. The destination? A COVID-19 vaccine. This journey began decades ago with research into other coronaviruses. Scientists built from there with months of research and development, cooperation with other experts worldwide, and clinical trials on tens of thousands of volunteers of diverse race, age, and health status. They arrived at a safe, effective vaccine numbers. We need to get the first vaccine available to us. Keep wearing masks correctly and taking precautions until we reach our destination. Freedom from COVID-19 and getting back to the lives we love. Discover the facts for yourself at michigan.gov/COVID vaccine. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
To remind pet owners that Progressive covers pets in our auto policy at no extra charge, we're making a really cute pet-themed radio commercial. You gotta see this dog. It's a little puffball. It looks like a piece of cotton candy that I could just eat up. Oh, and it waddles when it walks. He's a little doggy dog. Oh, I wish you could see it. We really should have planned this better.
Get coverage for your pets with an auto policy from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage for cats and dogs included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
As a dentist, I know what my patients are saying during times when they really can't speak.
Mm-hmm.
She says her gums are irritated.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you can do? Absolutely. You can try New Crest Advanced Gum Restore.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, New Crest Advanced Gum Restore. It detoxifies below the gum line to restore your gums back to health in just 7 days. Exactly. Healthy gums, healthy mouth.
New Crest Advanced Gum Restore. Healthy, beautiful smiles for life.
Odyssey is your new home for all the audio that matters to you. Download the Odyssey app today.
All right, so we like to check in because I know we're a couple of dirty Sparties. We like to check in with the tried and true Wolverine from time to time on Wolverine Affairs. He is Marcus Ray. He joins us. Marcus, how are you?
Mike, how's it going, sir? Good afternoon.
Good,
Rico.
man.
What's up, baby?
What's up, Marcus? Marcus, what the hell is going on? Let me start. I guess let me phrase the question in a more professional manner. I mean, it's really reached that point for me with Michigan football. Hold on, let me be professional. Marcus, when the news broke Mo Lindquist leaving, your initial response to it, was it, what the hell is going on here, or no?
Yeah, actually, that was my initial response, but then I wasn't. I think that position at Michigan has been a revolving door, defensive back, respectfully speaking, if you will. I just think when guys get there, they think there's something better. I think after a while, Michigan has become like people are just pimping the university. They get it on their resume for a year. They know they're not going to win, and then they get out of there for something better. Like you used to do in high school, Mike, when you went to the prom, baby. You know you dumped the ugly girl for the other girl.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. But Marcus, you get what I'm saying is, like, it's to a point now, you lose your play caller. You don't have a lot of time before summer camp starts. How, like Rico and I were asking the question, how does this story end for Harbaugh and Michigan any other way than what Rico and I have been saying?
It's not looking good. I mean, and I agree with you guys. I've been listening, talked to Rico the other day about it, and I was thinking, like, this just doesn't look good for Michigan. I'm thinking more from a player in the locker room. You have these musical chairs coaching. Someone's in there calling plays in the spring. He disappears. Now you have to hire a new guy and implement a new system during training camp following the COVID year. But I think it's just a reflection of where Michigan is. I think all of this stuff on the inside people couldn't see years ago. It's starting to just rear its ugly head on the external, especially with these coaches flipping and people transferring. And then, they're going to still paint the picture that even when Michigan stinks, they're going to say we smell good. And I'm from the same cloth, and y'all both know that. But I'm kind of out of that circle now, and I'm seeing it for what it is. And it's just become a traveling circus.
Talking with Marcus Ray, former Michigan Wolverine. Marcus, you say that they're just kind of pimping the school. So you're saying that Lindquist comes there and he's already looking around for the next gig?
Exactly. Michigan has become like an insurance policy job. It's like that back pocket. That you reach in your back pocket right now, Rico, you probably got a 5 back there, even though you don't want to spend it. So Michigan is not everybody's first choice. And so what's happening is it's becoming that safe bet. Let me just take this, but as soon as the first thing comes along, I'm out of here. There's no way you're supposed to take a Michigan job in that position. And I mean, but it's hard to tell Coach Lindquist to turn down a head job. Maybe he was up for it, and maybe not, because his coaching thing gets a little tricky. people string you along, and then they say, hey, here it is, and then you have to go. It's time to go.
Well, it's funny, and you talk about this because the season's coming up just in a few months. The summer camps is getting ready to start, I think August 1st. How do you attract somebody to Michigan? Because you already had a hard enough time getting somebody back in January. How do you get somebody to come in May? And as simply as, do you have to overpay, or do you have to go for somebody who's underqualified?
Well, at this point, they're going to have to hire somebody. They're going to have to hire whoever they can get. I think they have some time, though. At the end of the day, it's still a sexy job. It's attractive. It's Michigan. I'm not going to downplay that. But now someone else is going to have to leave the school. Whether it's Auburn or wherever, Pittsburgh, somebody's going to leave that college and that football team high and dry to go take the Michigan out. Unless it's someone in the NFL or somebody floating around like that. But, I mean, I got a few names that I think should be, tossed around. But at the same time, this is just a reflection of where Michigan is, man. It's like, I think it's going to be easy to get somebody to come because Michigan will open the checkbook, regardless if they deserve it or not. They'll open the checkbook and they're not excuse. But Michigan don't think their excuse will be, we hired mid-June.
So is this going to be, basically, you're going to bring back somebody related to the university?
I doubt it. I really doubt it. I think that looks good. And congrats to all the guys that did get an opportunity to come back. Courtney and Ron and those guys and Mike, I think they deserve it. Long overdue. I think the ship has already started to sink. Titanic, so too late to start dancing now. But I really think that there's a couple guys they probably can bring in from, but they got to get who they can and get this thing going. Camp starts in another month, and you don't want to show up,
You going to give us those names?
My number one is Larry Foote. If you don't go get Larry Foote at this point, open the checkbook, even though Larry just won a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Bucks and love things for life, that's number one on my list. I mean, so I'll just stop there. Don't get Larry Foote. Open the checkbook for him if you want to go get a former guy who can recruit, knows the game. But if you don't, you'll be defensive coordinator in the NFL in about 18 months or so.
What about Clinkscale? I mean, that's been the name. Mel took a run at him twice. Is Clinkscale a guy that if you go outside of the family, I mean, are you seriously ponying up $1.1 million a year for this guy?
Mike, that's a great question. I think Clinkscale can get it done. Obviously, I think Michigan may take a run at it. I know Baylor went after Larry twice when he was at Colorado and when he was at Michigan State. So those guys will be along the same line as far as hot names.
Larry's skin would crawl. If Larry stepped on campus, please, Larry would need a vomit bag. His money will be green, Mike. He'll be okay. Yeah, but it runs deep with Larry. Come on, man.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. But hey, money comes opportunity. But I think Clinkscale be a good choice. I mean, I don't know how much you pay the guy. That market, short negotiation time, and trying to get in there and get it done. But I tell you what, man, this is going to be a big mess to clean up. Michigan has to shovel the driveway while it's still snowing, man.
So let me ask you this question, and this is the last one for me, because Marcus, this is what it boils down to, right? We can talk about the offseason all we want. If they end next season, and I'll be kind, if they end next season 7-5 and another bad loss to OSU, is there any accountability for Jim Harbaugh, or is there just a broad acceptance this is what Michigan football is?
Mike, there should be some accountability, but there won't be, because there's always next year, and I think Michigan got what they want. They have a former player, they have a Bo Schembechler disciple. Even though all that stuff is old and played out and it doesn't matter, that's what Michigan has always wanted.
And he's cheap.
Yeah. Now he's dirt cheap. I mean, he can have success and still won't make what he was making, Mike. And at the end of the day, I think Michigan got what they want, and they've accepted one thing: split with try to beat Michigan State 2 out of every 3. Split with Penn State and Wisconsin home and away. Don't lose to Rutgers and Maryland. Don't bring up Ohio State, and you might go 9-3, and we can sell you that. And then plug up your guys in the draft, and then Michigan will be able to wave its flag. See, the Block M is elite, but the football program isn't. And that football program is trying to hide behind that big Thundercat M that's in the sky, but you can't fool the guys that really get it.
So we're talking with Marcus Ray, former Michigan Wolverine. Marcus, Michigan does have a coordinator there in Mike McDonald. Could they simply just hand it over to him and say, you're going to run this defense?
Yep, they sure can, Rico. And that's probably what they're going to do, just to kind of save face, buy them some time, keep some of the same schemes. Then you bring in a safeties coach, and then you make that guy the coordinator, and then have him coach that position. So I think there's ways to kind of clean it up, put lipstick on the pig, but at the end of the day, we still know that just that move by itself spoke volumes. But, hey, I think there's a lot of guys they can hire also with that defensive back position, and then elevate McDonald. Yep.
Marcus, I appreciate it as always. We'll get with you before the season. It's just one of them things, like, it never stops. What the hell is going on? Yeah, that's my fault, Marcus. That was not a professional way to begin. But I'm exasperated. What is this, the 33rd assistant coach in 6 years? It's asinine. It's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous, Mike. And count.
Yeah, exactly.
Hashtag and count.
No, I know. Marcus, we'll get with you. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
All right, fellas, take care.
All right, that's Marcus Ray, and I'm not professional. 97.1. All right, now listen. Mark Z Guarantee. It's simple. It is professional. It's Mark Z with EXP. You can cancel anytime. You're guaranteed sold, or he will step up, he will buy your house and sell it for free. All right, you pick. You're thinking about selling. I know the market is banana land. It's insane. Maybe you can see, hey, what could I get for my house that could sway my decision? Give Mark a call. See if he's right for you. See if his team is right for you. And he backs it with the guarantee. You can cancel anytime, and you're guaranteed sold, or he steps up and buys it. If that's not enough, he'll also guarantee get an offer within 96 hours. Call Mark, find out the details. Again, see if it's right for you. Doesn't get any better than that. 844-SOLD-BY-Z. That's 844-SOLD-BY-Z. Or go online to soldbymarkz.com. It's the Mark Z Guarantee. It's Mark Z with EXP.
Bryson DeChambeau didn't win the Wells Fargo Championship, but he did have the most interesting journey. After having a rough second round, shooting a 3 over 74, including a triple bogey, DeChambeau sat in 90th place in the clubhouse. Thinking he wasn't going to make the cut, he bounced, got on a plane, and headed back to Dallas. The only issue is that he did make the cut. Due to brutal winds, he finished Friday at 64th, just inside the cut line. So he hopped on a 3 a.m. flight and came back east. To boot, he ended up tied for 9th, finishing just 6 shots behind winner Rory McIlroy, and in the process jumped into first place in the FedEx Cup point standings. This bust to boom play is why DeChambeau is one of the most compelling figures on tour. Even if he doesn't win, he always is must watch. I'm Tiki Barber.
For the ones who get going when the going gets tough, and the ones who know we're tougher together. For the Pathfinders breaking new ground, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as fast access to experts and 24/7 customer support. Because we know you have people depending on you, so you can always depend on us. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Don't miss out on Clean Car Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. If your car could use a spring cleaning, stop by for great deals on everything you need to keep your car looking new. Like Mother's California Gold Wash and Wax, just $4.99 for a 64-ounce bottle. That's a $6 savings. Visit the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts today or O'ReillyAuto.com.
Have you experienced basement leaks? Water is more than annoying. It can cause damage to your home and foundation. It starts at your roofline and can collect around your home, causing a mess in your basement or crawl space. Call Foundation Systems of Michigan. We are experts in managing water around your home. From gutters to waterproofing solutions, we have a full line of products to put an end to your water problems for good.
Small businesses are always looking to educate themselves on the best ways to have meaningful interactions with their customers. That's why Dell Technologies assembled an all-star lineup of podcasters to create this year's Pathfinders virtual conference to share advice and inspiration for small businesses. Dell Technologies is here to help safeguard your business with modern devices and Windows 10 Pro, providing relevant content for your business's success. Follow along with all episodes of the Dell Technologies Small Business Podference on the Odyssey app, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts.
Did you know you can take advantage of historically low mortgage interest rates today with Hall Financial? You could renovate your kitchen. You could even pay off some lingering debt, maybe lower your monthly payment. Experience more personal attention and 5-star service when you refinance with Hall Financial. In just 10 days, Hall Financial can get you in a better financial position. Get started on your refinance today. Go to davidhallmortgage.com.
Hall Financial, NMLS ID 1467435, Equal Housing Lender.
The names you trust, the teams you love.
So David's got some breaking news, Rico. I think we should go right to him.
Yes, fellas. Breaking news here. The FDA has granted Pfizer emergency use for COVID-19 vaccine for ages 12 to 15 years old.
Let the arguments ensue.
Well, good news is Michigan hit 55% vaccinated, Mike. You know what that means? You can have speed bumps in the office.
Oh no, really?
People can go back to
Yes. I'm never going back to that place then. It was so peaceful coming in for a couple of days. No speed bumps. Just nice productivity. I get bothered. Ton of management leering. It's good.
We're 1.2 million away from a full big house in Spartan Stadium. I would say Comerica Park.
Yeah. Unless you start handing out stimulus checks so you go put your ass in a seat.
Yeah, right. Go watch the Tigers and get your stimmy.
Please come down. I'll give you a check. Absolutely not. No, listen, it's going to be the kids that do it. You know, we've already gotten the adults who want it. So now it's got to be, can kids put us over the hump percentage-wise? I don't know. Hope so.
Hey, did you want
text?
Oh, I said, did you want to hit that DK Metcalf thing?
I do, but I feel like I got to do it tomorrow now. Look what happened. We ran out of damn time. I was impressed as all hell, too.
As you would say, relax. We'll do it.
Sorry, I know. I did a bad job of clock management. I was very Jim Caldwell today. I'll play softball city over there. I hear you. That Mickey comment is a disgrace.
Oh, do not try to deflect from your stinking scumbag sport of horse racing, pal. Don't even try to distract.
Oh, I can't. Not at all. The sport deserves everything it gets. They don't want to change. They just don't want to. They just don't want to get right. Can't figure it out, man.
Look, let me bring this up though. I don't want to hear from you, Wojo, because I want to bring this up. Because Jeffrey, such a hard worker in this business, trying to call his radio partner for over an hour to prepare for this show, get things together, figure out what they're gonna do, and Bob doesn't answer his phone. Oh my God! Instead, he writes articles on Maggie. I mean, come on. I called him back, and I appreciate that. I called him back 10 minutes after he called. Jeffrey, tell the truth. He's probably not even gonna let Jeff talk today. No, anytime it's nothing.
We didn't think we're garbage cans.
You guys realize I had so many good things to offer to today's show. Mojo's like, yeah, let's do this.
I had all the ideas. I missed every idea. And Jeff goes, I want to talk about the effort. Like, shut up. No, we're not. You know what Bob Baffert is? He's Jerry Tarkanian. Like, flaunting it, cheating, and flaunting it. I mean, and everybody knows. Like, wait, is Jerry Tarkanian dating me or not?
Is he dead, by the way? Tark's
Probably
dead.
could just say Dabo Sweeney and you'd end up in the same spot.
He's a nice guy, Dazzles.
Dabo doesn't flaunt it.
He dances with his team, right?
Yeah.
Still a dirtbag.
Oh, yeah.
So Mike, let me ask you this, because you would know. Is it normal behavior for a groom, a horse groomer, to urinate in the hay?
Okay. You're missing missing. Okay, again, he was using that as an example from a prior horse to how a test sample, according to him, became corrupt. That was not what happened with Medina Spirit.
Right, but do groomspersons piddle in the stalls, in the hay?
I mean, why not, right? Bathroom's probably far away.
Yeah.
It's kind of like in a golf course. When you go golfing, do you piddle in the woods? Of course you do.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean why? Because you don't want to golf on a full bladder. You want to be comfortable when you're swinging the club, so you go piddle in the woods rather than waiting 4 holes for a bathroom.
Jeff, have you ever been on the golf course and had a different emergency, like of the number 2 kind?
No. Actually, there was that one time. It was a big money match, and I said, got the runs, gotta go, boys.
Oh, boy. The bowel started gurgling. Hey, that brings up
After
a
a
question.
double bogey, shocking.
Get to know Rico. Is Rico a golfer? Are you a golfer?
Hates it.
Meaningless sport.
God bless you.
Oh,
Yes, God bless
I mean, it's a sport you can't win. You just
it's
you
dumb.
become obsessed with it.
Yeah, but when you play well, it feels so good.
What's playing well?
Oh, that's beauty. And for everybody, it's different. For me, it's like in the 80s, 90s. For somebody else, it's in the 70s.
Now,
whenever I go golfing, I'll drive the cart. That's about it.
I will do the same and drink the beer skis. Now, did you guys get accomplished? If you didn't, we'll take care of it. Of getting Theo Epstein hired. I mean, if we need to do that for you, we can take it over. If you guys didn't get that done.
I don't know if it's going to get done. I mean, it's not. He's begging to come here, but...
It does sound like that, doesn't it? It sounds like he was, like, literally making fun of Chris Ilitch.
The only thing missing is the looking over at Chris and winking, like, hey.
And again, it's like, if you're Chris and you don't like being viewed that you're cheap, or you don't care, or you're just going to sell the team, make a run.
Dude, this is his Iserman. Like, it's the exact same thing.
This is the one he'll be given credit for.
No question.
Right. I mean, think about it. He pulls in Theo, and now we're having shows. Which GM's going to get it done first? Troy Weaver goes to the back of the line.
And if you get shot down, you just leak it out because it's still you shooting your shot. I think we'd all be like, you know what? That's a really nice job by Chris. They tried. Nobody would make fun of him.
I don't really know why he wouldn't want to do it. I mean, other than the money, but like you've said, he's a multi-billionaire. I don't know why, unless he thought it would be viewed as Epstein bringing a winner here as opposed to Ilitch.
Does it really matter once you're hoisting the trophy?
Right.
No,
he's the owner regardless. And by the way, Theo plays in a band. He plays guitar. Like, he's an all-around great guy.
I don't care. I don't care. I'd hire Bob Baffert right now if we could get Al out of here and we could win. And Baffert's a scumbag.
Do you guys know, 3 years ago the Cubs were in town? Theo Epstein was playing catch with one of the players on the sideline before a game. How about that?
Wow.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what, Mike?
Nice story.
Yeah, Mike.
What are you going to lead with? Because I tried with the Ilitch thing. I don't know what else to do.
No, we are going to figure out ways to bring Theo here. Whether it's where Theo Epstein faces to Comerica Park, whether it's to figure out a jingle that maybe we borrow Roberto for, we are going to find a way to get Epstein here.
I'm going to talk about Mickey.
Who cares about Mickey? We're going to figure out how to get Epstein here.
And how excited everyone is that Tim Tebow's coming back to the NFL. I can't think of a story that bores me more than that one.
United back with her.
Sorry, we're good. Yep, that's that.
I can't wait to get the hell out of here.
Because I know it's all just slander on horse racing and nonsense. Or
I didn't say anything inappropriate yet.
A Cabrera argument.
We actually at 7 o'clock we got a great horse racing bit.
Mojo's going to break down this article. Make sure you listen.
Did you know he's a columnist for the Detroit News? Anybody know that?
Good night, guys. This is me leaving. This is me leaving.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, 696 westbound entrance ramp from northbound Mound still blocked by an earlier accident. Traffic is being detoured. Another crash is working 275 southbound near 10 Mile, I-96 eastbound and westbound 6 cross ramps to southbound 275, you're going to find traffic moving slowly. Also, look out for low-hanging traffic lights on West Lane at the intersection of Warren Avenue and Central City Parkway. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
Northville Lumber, Trex decking leader. Stock more, sell more than anybody. You might get a couple goofballs running around saying they move more product than Northville, but they're liars. So just consider that if you're doing business with them. So listen, the largest selection, the lowest pricing, it's Northville. You win every time you shop with them. And the best part is if you're out there sourcing product and you're shopping around town, you do realize a lot of the places you're shopping at get their product from Northville Lumber. Oops. Go to the source. Get rid of the middleman and do business the right way. You're a homeowner, don't worry. They've got the experts on staff to help you through your project and your purchasing. They stock the stuff that other places simply can't or won't. It's Northville Lumber. Call today or go to northvillelumber.com. That's northvillelumber.com.
Hey Detroit, this is Tanya Lamond from Lamond Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. So, you really want a new car, but your credit's not so good. You're upside down in your trade. You're the victim of a repossession, divorce, or bankruptcy. But you owe more than your trade is worth. Lamond Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram kicks those butts every day, and we can get you approved. And get this, we can give you up to 125% of Kelly Blue Book value for your trade-in. So if you want a new car, but you need someone who cares about you and your situation, come see us today. Lamont Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in beautiful Imlay City, Michigan. Call 810-724-0444 or click LamontChrysler.com.
That's trade toward the purchase of select models. Negative trade equity financed in new loans. Subject to lender approval. Expires Monday.
Hi, I'm Doug Manns with Manns Lumber and Millwork. Building a new outdoor living space with Trex decking is one of the best investments you can make in your home. It increases your home's value and enjoyment. Click on manslumber.com and schedule an appointment with a Trex Pro installer today. Manns Lumber, the #1 Trex dealer in Michigan.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Michael Pura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, call 877-734-2200.
Parents, do you want to save your child's life? 97.1 The Ticket Student Heart Check can help. Make the time to have your child checked. Contact the Ernst Cardiovascular Center at Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak. Learn more at 971theticket.com. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. An Odyssey station for the sports headlines. All day, every day. From the Sold by YC Sports Desk. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Hockey Town's still waiting if Jeff Blashill is going to be back as the head coach next season. You got to believe the longer it goes, the more it stands that Blashill will return for his 7th season with the Detroit Red Wings. GM Steve Eisman said after the season he's going to sit down with Blash and hash it out. The season ended on Saturday for the Wings. Still no word on Jeff Blashill. Pistons off tonight. They only have 3 games left in the regular season. Tomorrow is one of them at the LCA. It's against the Timberwolves. This is a must-lose Woj. Currently, Detroit is the second to worst team in the game. 52.1% chance to grab a top 4 pick, a 14% chance to grab the first overall selection. Off today, they haven't lost a ball game in, count them, 1, 2, 3 days. Tomorrow, the team opens up a midweek series against the Royals. Brady Singer schooled Detroit last time he pitched against them. He gets another chance on the bump against Matthew Boyd. Tigers, the worst in baseball. They're 10-24. Also, Theo Epstein, the former Cubs and Red Sox GM, went on the Bill Simmons podcast and said, quote, I definitely would love to have a third chapter in baseball, unquote. Epstein said he had so much fun being the GM in Boston and Chicago that he wants to do it one more time. As you know, he ended both those teams' curses, the Red Sox and the Cubs. Hey, Chris Simmons. Bet your ticket update more at 7 or go to 971theticket.com or odyssey.com.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson Studio, Wojo and Rieger on 97.1 The Ticket.
Well, what do we have here? It is indeed the Wojo and Rieger Show on 97.1 The Ticket. And let me say this right out of the box here. Jeffrey, I don't know if I appreciated your snarkiness there in that update. Are you going to be like that the entire... Oh, you were snarky up and down. The 3 days since the Tiger... Hockey Town's still away. Hockey Town isn't sitting on the edge of its seat waiting on Jeff Blashill's fate, which... Oh, by the way, because it's been a couple of days since the season ended, I sort of assume he's coming back, because why would they wait? But I don't think people are on the edge of their seat. Do you?
Okay, fine.
And
you do realize the update guy is a different guy than me. We just sound alike, correct?
Oh, that's a Johnny Rieger at the update.
This station has this weird infatuation with hiring people with a voice like this.
Yeah, sure. It would have to be a twin of yours, right? For sure.
Yeah, here's a great guy. Great guy. Really good with the women. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what I've heard. But the update guy, Johnny Rieger, did hit on all the topics we wanted to talk about. We do have, actually, for the healthy, big, thick, chunky 2-hour show, we can really bite into it, and we've got some damn good topics. I'm going to break down the Preakness, who I now think is going to win the Preakness going forward. No, I'm not going to do that. We are going to make...
Oh, sorry. That was one of your old bits.
One of many. We are going to make fun of the little Bob Baffert and the poor little horse that got drugged up or whatever. One night got drugged up, and that's the end of it, please. We'll get to that later. We'll also get to the phenomenon that somehow remains after all these years, Tim Tebow, who apparently is moments away from being back in the NFL as a tight end for the Jaguars. We'll get into Miggy. A lot of people were kind of in agreement with the crazy Italian kid there, Valenti, that who cares about Miggy the Red? I think half of you are lying, and the other half will be interested as he gets closer to milestones. But you mentioned, and I want to hear these sound clip like things that we have from Theo Epstein, who GM'd both the Red Sox and the Cubbies to World Series championships, taking a year off, and has said, yeah, like another kick at the can, a third shot at it, to which you, me, and many others say, well, this El Avila thing isn't going so hot right now in Detroit. Would the Tigers pony up and hire Theo Epstein? Now, before we get to that, I know Rieger's going to announce a campaign. I think it's going to be a multi-platform campaign. Rieger's going to buy ads on TV, radio, and in the newspaper. Theo come home or something like that, even though he's not from here, so I don't know why it would say come home. But, that's Rieger's advertising. And before you announce that, I do want to hear the clips if you have them, by the way.
Well, I'll give you the clips momentarily, but I do know that every time we come on the air, the listeners are a hell of a lot brighter than I am. Probably you too, but you'll never admit it. And it's funny because when we come up with a guy or girl that we want to come to Detroit, they come up with the best slogans. Like, remember Lose for Hughes? I kind of feel that was the listeners type deal. Yeah. So I actually want to present the challenge to the listeners. We need ourselves a drop-dead, kick-ass, amazing slogan to bring Theo Epstein to Detroit. And I also urge you, at this series that starts tomorrow against the KC Royals, who have already dominated the Tigers, but are struggling right now, I think we should get Theo Epstein heads printed up, like masks, if you will. What about, we're all wearing masks these days. What about Epstein masks? 8,000 strong wear Epstein masks to Comerica Park.
When I want to get something done in the sports realm here in Detroit, I like to go about it through proper decorum, in a professional manner, in a way that might be successful. If in fact I don't want your cheesy stunts.
No, this is no stunt. This is promoting social distancing. This is promoting proper COVID protocol. And at the same time, you got to wear a mask. So why not wear a mask saying, I want Theo? I want Theo.
See, no. I'm not.
Come on, give me something better. Come on, people.
Listen, the last quote-unquote stunt that I actually participated in, because I thought it was most worthwhile, was the Millen Man March many years ago. Okay, the Matt Millen. I'm not playing your little Theo game. First of all, I need to have more evidence that he would even be interested, that Illich would be interested. And I just think Avila is going to play out the rest of this year anyhow, and then there will be a decision made, I would think. So you have time to build up to the possibility of Theo Epstein. You don't need people wearing masks in May. You just don't.
No, I think we do. All right. I want to hear from the people. 248-539-9797. Two things. What is the best way to get Theo Epstein to Detroit? I say mask. Theo Epstein mask. I want Theo Epstein masks, unless you got a better idea. And then the other thing is, I mean, this would be your Iserman. This would be the most no-brain, unbelievable pull, if you will, that would convince you that Chris Illich is good at his job. Because right now, I don't think y'all think he's good at his job. But
it would be a hell of a pull, no doubt about that. It would.
It would be unbelievable.
But your cheesy little stunt will only make them want to not do it.
Ooh, what about this one?
Oh, God.
Blow for Theo. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Well, actually, this one isn't bad. Be the hero, hire Theo. Hero, Theo.
That doesn't quite. I'm going to look up at the break words that rhyme with Theo. But in the meantime, here you go. Theo Epstein was on the Bill Simmons The Ringer podcast.
Okay, let me hear this.
Kudos to Jim Costa, by the way, who works here and was the first to hear this and put it on social media.
Costas.
So, Jim Acosta? Is it?
Jim Costas.
The CNN guy, yeah. But Jim Costa works here, and he was listening to The Ringer, and Theo Epstein said this when asked about his future.
I definitely would love to have a third chapter in baseball. I had so much fun with the Red Sox experience and with the Cubs experience that I'd like to do that one more time.
What do you think of that, Woj? He wants to come back for a third time.
Where were all the clues to Detroit that you had hinted at?
Hold on. There's a second cut. He was asked if he wants to be part of an ownership group. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. By the way, Ticket Texter was asking for clarification. Let's be very clear on this. Rieger wants Theo Epstein to be GM of the Tigers, not Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, come on. Jeffrey Epstein's dead.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, but you're correct. Right. Theo Epstein, not Jeffrey Epstein. How dare you? Ridiculous.
Okay. Some Ticket Texter asked, what is this campaign? No, we wanted to clear that up. Okay, go ahead. What do you got here now?
Good. I'm glad you stopped my chi, if you will, for that. Yeah, Theo Epstein, not Jeffrey Epstein. Here is cut number 2 about if he wants to be an owner or part of an ownership group.
Yeah, ownership is interesting, I'll be honest, because I've seen really positive examples of just, and I think it's underrated how impactful the right ownership group can be in transforming a city and addressing real problems in a city, becoming civic institutions that make a real difference. And then obviously, you build a great organization, winning organization around the right kind of values. It's just a transformative experience. And so that's interesting.
What do you think about that, Woj? What do you think about that? I kind of feel like he was talking to Chris Illich. I do.
I kind of feel like that would push Chris Illich away from him. Because, I want to come in and be, bring the community together and bring the city together. And that's sort of what the Illiches have tried to do for the last 30 or 40 years, right?
So you're thinking just to spite us and Theo Epstein because he heard that clip, he's not going to hire him?
Probably not. By the way, is Theo Epstein 30 yet?
I don't think so.
No, I looked it up. He's 47.
He looks like he's 32. But could you literally get a better GM? You could not. There is not just like Steve Yzerman, there wasn't a better GM for the Wings than Steve.
No, I agree. No,
you could not get a better candidate than Theo Epstein. And Shane, you're smirking. Do you disagree?
No, I was just laughing at Woj going,
How about this ticket text? Sell your spleen to get Epstein. It's not bad.
Oh.
I feel we're getting better.
Well, first of all, to be honest, I don't think you can get anything for a spleen these days. Aren't they kind of superfluous? You don't really need them. What is the price on the open market for a spleen?
I mean, definitely not worth as much as a liver or a heart.
Oh, no. No, if you were to rank the organs, If you were to rank the organs, I think last is probably appendix. Next to last is probably spleen.
I would agree.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as organs, we're not going to get into digits.
Where do you think my brain would rank on that?
I don't think it's on.
Would anybody want it? You know, it's funny. I actually want to give my brain to science when I'm gone, and they've already rejected it.
What, they had a look-see already? They took a look under the hood and said, I think we'll hold off on that.
We have no use for this.
All right, I have no problem, of course, with bringing an accomplished and championship GM at some point, like Theo Epstein, to Detroit. I do not want to be part of a cheesy campaign, okay? However, if you're with Rieger on this one and you want to sell your spleen for Epstein...
God. There's some great ones.
What?
We adore Theodore.
As far as useless organs, as somebody points out, testicles don't matter once you get married.
Ain't that the truth? I mean,
I guess, honey, give me those. Give me those. I'll put them right here in this desk drawer and I'll lock it.
Yeah, we'll put it in your coffin when you die.
All right, winter trip to Rio, help bring Theo. Okay, now I know.
All right, here's what we're gonna do, Wojo. We have to break. We'll get the calls on the other side, and we're just looking for your help. Your help. We're gonna move on shortly to Wojo's got some great topics that he wants to get to.
Well, no, you have a great topic. You do. There's nothing. I don't see what the downside would be. Is there a downside to it other than the downside that El Avila would feel, obviously, if you were replaced? But it's hard to argue with it, so I'm not going to argue with it. I'm just going to argue with the means by which you're trying to pull it off. Spleen for Epstein. The phone number is 248-539-9797. That's also the ticket text. For the Wojo and Rieger show on 97.1 The Ticket. Now, are you looking for a car not only that you can be proud of, but a car that you can actually afford? How do you get the most car, hands down, for your money? I'm here to tell you. Call Johnny Hart and Avis Ford. See, new cars lose about 20% of the value the moment you drive them off the lot. That's just the way it is. So why not lower your payment, get that extended warranty, and you won't even notice the difference. Even if you have bad credit, Johnny Hart can take care of you. Just call 877-222-AUTO. With Johnny, there's no headache. She'll have that warranty. No upsells, no hidden costs. The honesty, honestly, refreshing. Just call 877-222-AUTO. Sit back and let Johnny get to work, or go to Hart Auto Credit. That's HART autocredit.com, or call 877-222-AUTO.
Going through a divorce? Thinking about handling it yourself? Don't take a chance with your future. Call the expert attorneys at Adam. 248-356-ADAM. 248-356-ADAM. 248-356-ADAM.
The Mother Waddles mission has been helping the poorest of the poor for over 50 years. By donating your car, you can help Mother Waddles continue to help those in need. Mother Waddles will use your generous car donation to help a low-income family with transportation. Just think what a difference your car donation will mean to a needy family who has no car. Your car donation will truly change their life. So avoid the hassle of trying to sell your car and donate it to Mother Waddles. Plus, Mother Waddles takes any car, running or non-running. And remember, when you donate your car to Mother Waddles, you are helping Mother Waddles feed a hungry person and provide shelter to those in need. So change a life today and call Mother Waddles at 313-WADDLES, or simply donate your car online at motherwaddles.org. Mother Waddles, a name you can trust. Call 313-WADDLES. That's 313-WADDLES.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call
term provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-568-2790. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-568-2790. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-568-2790. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-568-2790. 800-568-2790.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it. Charmin Super Mega Roll is 6 regular rolls in one. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Brought to you by Capital One Shopping. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout. Capital One Shopping. What's in your wallet? Savings and available coupons vary.
Let your voice be heard. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket studio line at 248-539-9797. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.